Hello everybody, my name is AuXDubz and welcome to a brand new episode on the MineCrew FTB server. So today we're going to be working on some energy. Yes, we are finally on the brand new map, which probably the last episode you saw of FTB was a few days ago, but yeah, today we're going to be doing something which I haven't really tried before, and I've done a lot of testing in creative on a single player world, and well, there was a few choices I had when finding the final decision of what I was actually going to do, and I've gone with geothermal generator power, and this is produced by putting lava into it. And as you can see, we are in the Nether, but as you can see, we are not collecting lava. Yes, well, there is a reason for this. We are collecting netherrack, and well, maybe normally it's your sort of block which you don't, sort of avoid normally because there's so much of it and it just comes everywhere in the Nether, but yeah, we're going to be using the Magma Crucible, and we're going to be using some really cool things which is part of Railcraft, so let's get right into it. So the reason why I'm in the Nether right now is literally because these guys run out of fuel, so I need to pop some fuel into them, and did that? Ooh, I believe I dropped the fuel. There you go. And yeah, so pretty much these guys are, working 24/7 because we have one of the new. We have one of the new chunk loaders, which is, I can't remember what mod it's in, but the difference with this and the world anchors from, I believe it's Railcraft, is that these don't, you don't have to pay these anything. And one of the really cool things you can do with these is, if I go into the GUI, is you can select how big of an area it is covering. And now you're probably staring at this button saying show lasers, and yes, it has its own mini laser show where it shows you the designated sort of blocks and chunks which is covering and keeping active. How cool is this? But you're probably thinking, in Turkey the world anchor doesn't cost. Well, now it does. One of the latest updates, probably for whatever build we're on 1.4.6, the did I just say? I don't even know what I just said. The developers of the mod have now made it so you need ender pearls to be able to power it and, keep all the chunks active. And I believe it's something in the region of 1 ender pearl per 12 hours. So as you can imagine, a little bit expensive. Not too bad. And did one of these guys really hit? Oh god, these guys, the mining turtles, are amazing. They literally just hit anything in front of it, and they can run for hours, and they are one of my new best friends, because on the old FTB map, a lot of people were using them, and I was really wondering why, because everyone was like, oh my god, they're so amazing. Better than quarries. Well, I would say they're about the same, but they are very coal intensive. They are just literally sucking for it all the time. But yeah, here is my base. There is my head. Ooh, I know. That is with the Vorpal enchantment with one of the swords, which I think is part of Red Power enchantment. But yeah, here's my sort of mini setup. I've got another little world anchor here doing the radius of 2, and I believe I've actually limited it to 2 because I didn't really want the whole server, everyone having like loads of big radiuses covering the whole world around, and that would lag out the server a little bit too much. But once again, thank you to Peak Hosting for hosting the server for us, one of our amazing sponsors. They have the best support ever. I mean, you ask them to do something or ask about a problem, and within a few minutes or something, they will literally have a reply to you. So they've been helping me so much to make this server actually work, because the MineCrew FTB pack has had loads of problems recently. But I believe we've gone through most of them. And yeah, so today we are going to be using the Magma Crucibles. And I don't know if I actually set them up yet, but before I show you guys in there, I've been sort of digging out around here my base. I don't know, mainly I'm going to be doing all this off cam because, well, I don't know, it's sort of like, it is nice to see me making the base, but at the end of the day, it's more about the mods in Techia that you want to see, not really the building. So we're probably going to keep that to the vanilla MineCrew episodes, which recently haven't been pumping out as quickly just because I've been a little bit addicted to Feed the Beast, and I just had loads of exams and schoolwork in general. So let's go into the secret power room, which is not so secret because there's a button here. And before you're wondering how the hell did I do this, well, this was really complicated, and before you say, oh Dubs, you can make this much more not complex, well, I'm just really bad at redstone. But as you can see, there's obviously a piston which I can show you down here, which is when activated pushes this up, which uses a glowstone. I won't go in too far because I'm not the biggest of redstone guy, so even the people that know redstone is probably going to get confused. But when someone, for example, pushes the button, it goes around here, which pushes the block, which like blocks the signal, which is activating the piston. And yeah, it is so uselessly confusing. And here I've got a block breaker, block deployer, which deploys the block, which puts a redstone torch there and actually even show you. Let's see if I can get up here quick enough. No, I can't, but yeah, this puts down the block, and then this block here picks it up, or it should do. Why is it not working? Oh, that's because we broke the wire, didn't we? Okay, let me just place this back and what was the time set to? Probably on 1. There we go. So if I just go like this, you can see the torch goes around here, which goes back into the deployer, ready to activate again. I know this is so much more complicated than it needs to be, but I just don't know redstone. I try. This works for me. It's okay. But yeah, that's my door, which is overly complicated, which I really probably could do in 1 block in Feed the Beast. But well, Jack said it was okay, so I went with it being okay. But anyway, dun 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 dun. This, my friends, is a tank, and it is, I believe, from Railcraft. And before you think, oh, you can just hold what? 1, 2, 3, 3x3 lots of lava in here? No, you cannot. If I right click it, wow. It can hold 2 million? I'm pretty sure that's like 2 million. Of what though? Well, I believe up to this update it's still a little bit confusing, and you actually have to divide it by 10, which will equal 200,000, and it holds 200,000 bucket of whatever you want. It can hold creosote oil, I believe, which is from Railcraft, which is the stuff used to make the rails and stuff. Can hold lava, can hold water, pretty much any liquid. I think it can also hold oil from Buildcraft or Industrial Craft, but yeah, this is some superior tank. And the way I'm going to be working this is up here. Already for me, I have started, and for some reason my FPS is dropping a little bit. I don't know why. I've been having weird FPS drops on Feed the Beast recently. Let me just put my render distance down to normal, but I've already cleared out a little bit of room here, and this guy here, God, is this the guy with all the moves? Refuel. Yeah, this guy has 121,000 moves on him. He's one of my little guys. Haven't actually learned how to do a station yet, which you can make. If you've been watching Good's video and you know everything he's done, please let me know how you make a recharging station. I don't know how. It's still very complex. But yeah, so this is pretty much the station where I'm going to be working on everything I'm going to be doing. And if I just push my print screen to the other screen, because I've sort of already set this out on how I'm going to be doing this, because it's a little bit complex, and it works to a certain degree. And as you can see down here, this is that ender chest which all the turtles were pumping into the netherrack. And if I open it up, nothing in here, because literally it's just been all the time pumped into here. And oh, there's my bag. What was in here? Oh, more netherrack. Let's just place that in there, and I'll keep it in there for a minute. So, what is going to happen is this netherrack is going to go into a Magma Crucible, which then creates lava, which will go inside the tank, which then, using these sort of valve, I think they're called a iron tank valve, if they're on the middle or 1 block below, one block above the bottom floor, they are an output valve, and this one will literally be outputting lava, which will be going at sort of a slow rate, so obviously the tank doesn't get, you know, going down quicker than it's going up. It should be, eventually as it all fills up, which will take a few weeks, but should be full all the time instead of, you know, sitting at the bottom. That's why we made it so big, and I believe there is a bigger one. There's one which holds like a million or billion, I don't know. It is a humongous amount. But anyway, yeah, so when the lava is pumped out of this massive tank, it'll be going into a set of like 12 or so geothermal generators, which pretty much make, you know, energy from lava, which will be pumping into hopefully a few MFEs. So that is my big plan of energy. So let's get started. Right, well, in these project tables, half of them which are not actually being used, I believe it's only the middle one, I have started to put some plans together, and these project tables are really quite amazing. As you can see inside of here, I have something called a plan, and inside of these there is the recipe which I actually need to use to be able to make items. I've actually placed them into the project table. So if I go and put this here, you can see it's already set out on the but it's actually sort of grayed out. It's already set all the items out in the project table, and as I've got all the items which I need for this in the inventory, all I need to do is push the button on here and I'll make as much as it's got in the inventory. So I only had 2 buckets because I only need 2 of these. So this is a aqueous accumulator. I already can't say these words. Aqueous accumulator, and this will pretty much generate water from literally nothing. 2 source blocks of water, and it'll create an infinite amount of water, which is pretty cool because to make an infinite water pool you only need 2 source blocks. So I guess that's how the developer sort of came across doing that. Anyway, so what have we got next? We have got a hobbyist steam engine. I believe we're going to need 6 of these. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we still have 2 gold plates. What are they for? Just maybe... I made like an odd now. I think I made more than I needed for half of this. So anyway, next one. We've already done this one. And we need the igneous extruder, which is the... thing which is going to be making the lava for us, and we got 2 of them. So let's go and put this in our hotbar right inventory, and we have loads of these pumps and stuff which you know, we're going to need. I mean, we're going to need most of these pipes for different various things. So let me come back in a second when I've cleaned up my inventory, because it is disgusting right now. See you in a minute. So now we are back up here. We can finally, after I don't know how long this is into the episode, we can finally get started with making some lava. So let's get started then. So right now, from the top of the whole tank, we have got a waterproof. I believe it's a stone pipe. It doesn't actually look like iron from here. That's what confused me. But this is a waterproof stone pipe, and it's going to be connecting up to, if I can find it, a iron pipe, which is an iron waterproof pipe, which is a little bit annoying to make because you can only make 1 at a time. It doesn't make 8 like here. You have to make 8 of these, then you need to use just 1 waterproofing to waterproof just 1 at a time. But anyway, so if we put that there and place the I'm trying to think, is this the best place? Should I go out 1 more block? Yeah, I do. Wait, that's a normal water. Okay, here's some more waterproof ones. So if we go out 1 more block, I don't actually know what sort of depth we need. I know this is the right width, but let's have a go at this then. So from here, if I put these 2 igneous extruders down, making sure the output's on the sides. I know I can change this in the config, but just so we don't have to. And then I place the iron waterproof one there, and what the iron one will pretty much do is, as it's coming from 2 outputs here, literally just won't go that way. I know, you know, lava's pretty clever and it won't go back in because the machine won't take it in from there, but just to, you know, simulate it, we are going to put the iron pipe there, and then we're going to link it up to the stone one, which then, when we've got this all making some lava, we'll pump it all down here. So right, let's get started. I'm trying to think what's the best thing to do first, because we have to power these, and we have to power this one as well, but then we have to set up a system where we've got items pumping into these, because if I look into the inventory, I've made the wrong one. Alright, so we are back, and that was a really stupid decision on my behalf. We made the wrong item. We made an igneous extruder instead of a magma crucible. Igneous extruder is still a pretty good item, which uses kind of a lot of power, but just a little demonstration what you need to do. Water goes on this side, lava goes on this side, and you can make cobble, stone, and obsidian. Really cool thing, especially for the obsidian part, but not what we need today, so going to keep them there for a minute, and let's put down the proper blocks. So, Magma Crucible right there, and a Magma Crucible right there. So before we carry on the video, I just want to say I do apologise for the cuts in the video. You can probably see, or you already can't see any further than this, so my mouse is probably going off the side of the screen, because I don't know, it's something which has been happening with my recording. It has been happening for a long time, but especially as you got the mini map right there. You can sort of tell it very easily. But anyway, so right now, what are we going to be doing? So let me just bring the print screen back up on the other side of my screen. What we need to do, because this one here needs to be powered and this one here. So how is it going to be powered? Well, it's going to be powered using these gold conductive pipes, which you probably saw me use outside, and it's something to do with one of the power sources. I think it might be forestry, might be factorization, I can't remember. And actually, if you are wondering what these Magma Crucibles and these really cool blocks where you can actually change the output of the block, which is really confusing but very cool, it is in the factorization mod, which I just said about the power. It is a very cool, quite in-depth mod which allows you to be able to do loads of cool things which you sort of always want to be doing. For example, using Netherrack for something, which has just been one of them pointless blocks which have just been in the game since October 2010 or 11. I believe it was 2010, but yeah, a really cool mod. So from these gold conductive cables, if we go and get the wooden one, two hobbyist steam engines right here will be connected, or actually no, 3 of them will be connected like this, and these engines are pretty annoying. They have to be powered by coal, which I guess is a little bit of a downside because we're going to be having to use coal to be able to make fuel, but hopefully over a long time, especially when equivalent exchange is added, hopefully it'll be more, we're making more fuel than we're actually going to be using. And with the turtles, the ones I got downstairs, actually going on now, in one of my mines, they're pretty much taking up loads of coal, which I'm guessing half is going to be used for them. But when these guys get properly started up, these hobbyist steam engines, I believe they use the coal 10 times more efficient than, a normal furnace or something, so they burn for a very long time, but that still is not infinite. Anyway, so we got 3 on this side and 3 on this side, and pretty much what this wooden pipe would do is it will, whilst it's working, not store anything actually in the engine. So every single bit, because you can see has an internal storage right here, nothing will be stored in here, everything will just be boosted to the machine. So yeah, on the left side here you can see we've got steam, and the right side we've got water. So these do need water to be able to keep cool, and if the water runs out, well then we've got a problem, because yeah, they will explode. But luckily we have a really cool block which will stop this, and let me try and say it again, it is the aqueous accumulator, and this will pretty much do, which I said earlier, it will create one source block of water just, instantly, and it'll be using it from... So, sorry about that, my voice just ran me, started to croak up, but what I was saying was the aqueous accumulator will be producing as much water as we need just from 2 source blocks of water, which is really cool, because it's pretty much making an infinite spring, but in 1 block. Well, actually no, 3 blocks. So yeah, let's get started. So the aqueous accumulator, I really can't say that, I'm going to say the aqueous A, no, I'm going to call it the AA. So the AA block goes there, and another AA block goes here, and what will happen is one piece of source block will go there, and another here, or actually this block here. So we need to sort of trap this in so it doesn't spill everywhere. We can put some blocks around it. Not the most prettiest of things, but I'm guessing we are not going to be coming here too often, only to, refuel the hobbyist steam engines and generally do some maintenance. So let's just stick these guys up here, and as you can see just behind this we have some source blocks of water ready for us to put our buckets in. And these blocks, as I said, are very, very cool and very helpful indeed. So as you can see, it doesn't really have too much of an advanced interface, but as soon as we place 1 block of water here, you can see it's slowly building some water, and it is very slow indeed. But if we stick 1 over here, wow, this is generating pretty much 1,000 or 1 bucket every tick, or not 1 tick, 1 second or so, and this will automatically generate water just continuously. And by using water pipes, which I believe we have somewhere enough of, we can just use the stone ones, can't we? If I just put them along here, you can see they're going to be starting to fill the pipes up with water straight away, and I actually wonder if it can take input from the front. I actually tested this the other day. Let's turn this around then. Yeah, it has to be connected to one of the actual little slots on the side, but it can't be connected to the front. That is a little bit annoying, because sometimes you do... Actually, no. Because you wouldn't be standing this side, would you? You wouldn't be standing with the pipe coming to... Okay, I guess that's a reasonable decision, but yeah, so now we've got one of these set up. You can see that the water in these are filling up pretty well, and this will, as I said, continuously pump water. So when these guys are full, this whole tube will be just filled with water to the brim. So literally as soon as, you know, it drops like one water on here, it will be automatically filled up. So very cool. Doesn't stop them, actually no, it does stop them overheating, but does not stop the usage of coal, doesn't do anything wrong, just makes them not implode and break everything else. So yeah. Ooh, is the water stopped, or are we just lagging? No. Okay, it's all cool. So I'll set this one up in a minute, probably off camera, but we can work with one of these. So let me... Do we have any source of power so we can get these guys going? I might actually have one in our bag. Okay, one lever here, but do we... Oh, no, didn't want to do that. Do we have another lever in here? I believe we do not, so let me just put this away, and let's start. Actually, we could probably get another one. We need some coal anyway. See if we have any here. No, we don't, but we do have one cobble, which can make it into another lever. Actually, oh no, actually we do have loads of coal in here, which we could probably just use fresh, actually. So let's go back up, and oh, and our jetpack's run out. What good timing! What good timing! So, with our jetpack sort of filled up, only probably one or two more times up and down here, but with our jetpack sort of full, we can now, with one lever and lots of coal, get these guys finally going. I'm only going to get two of them to start off with. I'll probably finish it all off, you know, whilst not recording, just to save time and save you guys watching me pretty much do the same steps all over again. I'm actually thinking about doing this whole setup, but on that side, and if we can fit it on this side as well, but I believe, I mean, this over the line takes around about 6 blocks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 5 blocks, and from the middle, 1, 2, 3, 4, I don't know, we might be able to join it on, but I really doubt that we would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these going, because you do need a lot of power to be able to run these guys. And you can see actually already the power, the Minecraft joules, which is what the MJ stands for, is slowly starting to build up. So whilst that starts to build up, we can actually begin to make the sort of solution of how we're going to get Netherrack completely going in here all the time. And this is using the ender chest, and as you probably saw, if you have a good eye, this little chest over here, because obviously we got it from the nether, is an ender chest, but with a good old difference. It has colours on top, and this allows us to be able to create a, I don't know, it's probably a lot of colours. You can use any dye, and you can dye the top of these little things, and to be able to reset them, you just use bone meal. But this code for this chest is orange, red, orange, and you can see the one out here, if it's still here. Is it the same one? Oh no, this is blue, red, blue, but you can probably see both of them open up because they are both connected. So we're going to be using these ender chests to our full advantage, and whilst this is sort of pumping down here, which will probably stop, so you know, doesn't happen, probably actually betterly start pumping it back in. So let's it's pumped it all the way out, now we're pumping it back in, and if we come upstairs we'll be able to see something really, really cool. And if I just come all the way back up, we can see, if I find my bag wherever it is and look inside, we have another ender chest, and you can make literally an unlimited amount of these really cool designer chests. So let's just set this up now then. So if we put some height there, because a transposer will need to go here, and that's this block right here, which is from red power, and we need to remember which way you set this up. I believe it's this way. Set this one here. And now these pipes which I'm putting down now are called pneumatic tubes, and they are part of red power, and they are really, really cool. Think of today's smartphones, smart TVs. Well, this is quote unquote smart pipes. That's probably the best name I can think of them, but they are really cool and very clever. So once we get that set up, we need to be able to power this with a redstone current, and this is why we've got these timers. I need to really watch out on these because Jack Chip Gaming has been having serious problems with these, and as you can see, it's already starting to get going. And let's right click on here and we can just slow it down for a second. And pretty much what these do is they're a ticker. They, you know, put out a pulse every so often, or how many, you know, seconds you set it to. And this here will pretty much pull items instantly out of here. So, for example, these have got, or sorry, the Magma Crucibles have got a holding count of 64 items. Pretty much, you know, default and pretty obvious. And if we put this really quickly for a second, if we make this go every whatever it is, you can see these guys fill up very, very quickly, and these guys I think need like half this full to be able to power for one block. And when we get loads of these started up, and obviously it's only one working there, I don't know why I didn't do the second one, so let me just get this one going as well, because they have to build up you know, heat to be able to go really fast. But when we get all these three going, hopefully it'll be generating a quite suitable amount of power, or not even power yet, it'll be just producing lava. And if we just see when this netherrack hits the cap of 64, we're going to see something very, very cool happen, and I'm going to have to demonstrate it personally because it's not actually turned on the machine. But 62, 63, 64, boom, what did that just do? Yeah, so it just calculated, and you saw there, this one filled up as well, and all the items went back inside, and no more items are being taken out. So let me just turn this down, I don't know, 2 seconds, 2.2 seconds, and let's take out one item. As though it took out half a stack to begin with, it, you know, sent out loads, but it pretty much automatically fills it, so you don't have them stuffing the pipes, all trying to get out and in, and causing lag. This is what I mean, a smite part, a smite? Oh, I can't talk today. This is what I mean, they are really smart pipes. They are awesome, they are just amazing and brilliant on the server because they don't make it lag so much. But on the other hand, this guy here is the thing I need to be watching out for, because this guy would be causing a lag if there will be any. So we're just going to set this guy to around about every 20 seconds because, well, when these guys are fully going, they burn for like one netherrack every like 20-30 seconds or so. They take quite a lot of, you know, time, saying the power will be draining quicker than it'll be going up, so it has to keep waiting until it, you know, hits the buffer before it goes for the next stage of making lava. And I believe one of these will make one lava bucket each, so a lot of netherrack is needed to, you know, create all this lava. And I believe netherrack is the, ooh, is it working? Ooh, it's yes, ooh, it's working. Our first lava bucket is in progress of being made. Wow, and as you can see, this is being very, very slow, and I probably need to, you know, do some timer and make when these guys are all going. And I'm actually gonna probably, there's a room for one more engine down there, and if we do the piping of the water a little bit better, probably stick one on top as well. But when these guys fully get going with loads of power, it's going to be really, really cool just to be able to see us making lava from the most useless and pointless object, which is netherrack. And I also just thought quickly, we need to watch out this doesn't overflow as well, because these mining turtles back in the nether, they're going to be pumping all the stacks when they, you know, got a full inventory at the same time. So we could just have all of this like this, and then they're all done, and I think they got the inventory storage of like 1, 2, 3, about 9 stacks of one item they can hold, around about that. And literally you just see 9 stacks just fully go in there, and maybe this might even overflow, or I don't know, probably overflow in the nether. But has this ooh, it's created one piece of lava, and look at it go. Ooh, it's gonna fill up the tank, and what is it doing? Oh god, I'm scared. I believe it's the iron pipe screwing up. Is this making another one yet? No, it is not. Well, it has got one bucket still in there. I'm tempted to break it and just put a normal waterproof. Right, I'm gonna do it. Oh, we just lost like half a bucket, but it's still got some in there, so that's all good. And as you can see, because we don't have the iron pipe now, it's sort of trying to go in this one. But look at that, look at it go down there. There we go, it is now a lava tank, and we should be able to see, yeah, it all pouring in. How cool is that? This is only sort of an estimate amount down there, but yeah, that looks really cool. So right now it is at 1,000, I believe, or 100 is one bucket. So yeah, very cool indeed. And hopefully, as I said, we're gonna have pumps pumping all this lava out into geothermal generators. But yeah. Oh, my jetpack's run out, but that would be an amazing time to finish off this episode. We have done, we've really pumped our way. See what I did there? We have pumped the start of our video, start of our series, start of our just power in general, and we are going to be, it's going to be so good making all this power. So much infinite power we're going to be pretty much making, but the only problem we have is them bloody hobbyist steam engines. You have to use one piece of coal for them, or how many coals you want. You need to find a really good solution for that, but apart from that, my name's been AuXDubz, and I'm going to be doing most of it off camera now, because it's going to be very boring and very tedious, but yeah, my name's been AuXDubz, and I'll talk to you soon. See ya. So, before we leave, I just want to clear up something, but I might have explained something a little bit wrong. I was just looking into the tank right now, and I was thinking, this has got 2,400 buckets, which I thought would be 24 buckets, but I believe wrong. I think it actually only has 2, which obviously makes sense because I'm going to record this a few minutes after, you know, recording the first video. But for example, I don't know why I just did that in real life, but if you just forget the 4 9 there, it's actually 2 buckets. So I believe on the 2 million number on the other side, if you take over, you know, take out them 3 numbers at the end, the 3 zeros, I think you can actually only fit 2,000 buckets of lava in here, which is still an amazing amount. I mean, that'll take so long doing it by hand, but yeah, I just want to clear that up before anyone got a little bit confused. Oh, I can't get back up there now. Oh, damn it. But yeah, so my name's been AuXDubz, and oh wow, that is so cool. See you guys another time. Bye.